I'm Josh. Welcome to another episode of Just Saying. Thank you. First of all, I just want to know, it's time for our host chat segment, so let's get chatting. First of all, I just want to know, I actually do have people watching me film, so it's kind of awkward, because normally I don't. It's just a soundboard. I'm not really that popular. I'm not. I have no friends. Anyway, so I do apologize if you hear some background noise. I hopefully have turned that off. We'll find out, I guess. Also, I want to clear something up. I apologize that the premiere episode did not post on April 17th like it was supposed to. When I was doing the schedule, I totally forgot that it was going to be Easter. And so I'm sorry. But it did get posted last week. Yeah, last week. So I just posted 2 episodes at once. So that's the reasoning behind it. I had already filmed them by the time I realized it, which I realized it a couple days ago when my sister texted me the list of stuff that we were supposed to bring. Anyway, so yeah, I apologize about that. And because it's Easter tomorrow, it just means one thing. I need my anxiety medication because it's time for family time. Which, right now, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but we are going through a family thing. And so the family time that we're going to get to spend is very crucial. And I just want to point out, be sure your parents know how much you love them and how much they have done for you. And I'm going to show all of that to you guys, especially what mothers do on our Mother's Day special, which I'll get into more here in just a little bit. But let me just ask you this. I'm moving on to a different topic here. For you, I know that some of you out there, and I don't know who watches this, or who doesn't. Well, I know who doesn't. Everyone. But for those of you who do watch the show, do you know anyone that it's a younger generation? And by younger generation, I'm going to be 40 this year. So I'm talking like the early 20s and teenagers. They all of them need to have the newest, brightest, shiniest, colorfulest phone that does everything, but except apparently they don't know how to answer phone calls or text messages. My nephews never message me back. I have one nephew that will answer back through text, hopefully that day, but he will answer back. But 3 out of the 4 of my nephews never answer their phone. So why do you have it? It does more than just play games, take gross pictures, and message with your friends. You can actually have phone conversations. Like back when I was a kid. When you said you were on the phone, you were literally on the phone. Unless you were in the kitchen, then you had that 8-foot cord that you could wrap around the house a couple times. Yeah. And it was always avocado colored. Or peach colored, from what I've been told. Some color blinds. But anyway, do you guys remember, and I'll get into that here in just a little bit. Also, so I'm just venting really quick. Nephews, if you watch my show, answer your phone when I call. Twice now, in the last couple of months, I have tried to call all 4 of you to see if any of you wanted me to buy you dinner. Not one of you answer. Well, one of you did, but you already had plans. Seriously? I'm going to just stop. Why even bother anymore? I'm not going to buy you any more dinners. I'm not even going to offer. Nope. I'm done. So the other day, I randomly will get tired of the games that I play on my phone and find other ones and play them for a little bit, and then sometimes I'll go back to other games or whatever. But I found this new game. It's called The Healing, and in a nutshell, I haven't gotten too far into it. I just started playing it yesterday. But so far, basically what it is you open the game, and in the game, you get text messages, phone calls. I mean, it's all part of the game, and it's not really a phone call, so you don't get charged for it, or it doesn't take any of your minutes or airtime or whatever. It's all in the game. Kills your battery, though, let me tell you. But anyway, So, in this game, I randomly, like, when you start playing the game, you get added to this group chat. And then everyone's like, who are you? What are you doing? And no one knows anyone. Everyone but me lives in the same county but have never met each other. And so we were all put in this group by Dr. Crow. And he keeps talking about healing and the plague and how he was one of the healing doctors. But he always wears like a raven mask. And then while playing that, in the game, your game phone gets hacked by this hacker called Shadow. And Shadow! And so, sorry, we used to have a dog named Shadow, and that's what we would do. But anyway, Shadow. But their friend has recently been kidnapped. And she was trying to buy some tickets and something about a concert, and they think that the person who was in charge of the concert may have had something to do with it, but somehow they all link together. I don't know how yet. Like I said, I just started playing yesterday, but it's really fun. And it can get kind of boring because sometimes in the group chat, like, everybody's chatting back and forth, and you can only text or message back, I should say, selected items. And so I can't even do anything else until they're done having this conversation. So, but I'm a murder mystery nut, and so I'm going to keep playing it. And maybe I'll give you a review on it. Who knows? But it's a really fun game so far. From what I've found. It's called The Healing. Look for it on your app store, or however you download your games. The next thing I want to talk about is for people who wear glasses. I'm a fanatic about cleaning my glasses. But have you ever noticed that every time you clean your glasses, you're like, holy crap, I can see better than I was seeing before. I didn't realize how dirty they were. Every time I clean my glasses, I think of that. Because it's true. Like, I put on my glasses, I'm like, holy crap! How dirty were they? Is it just me? Probably. Probably it's just me. Because I'm weird like that. Anyway. I have a couple of minutes left in this segment, so we're going to go ahead and answer the question, what is Josh drinking? Now, while I do, again, have my Mountain Dew front and center of my desk, well, not really because of the microphone, but I'm also drinking my Cool Blue Gatorade. Just bought a new 8-pack. PepsiCo. You know you want to. We're going to move that so that I can not purposely show the logo. Okay. It's time for my next little sketch, but this time I'm going to do it just a little bit differently. It's time for me to tell you what's going on. And I'm going to tell you what's going on this season. Next week, just some important episodes coming up. Next week, our episode 4 on May 8th is going to be our Mother's Day special. So be sure to watch that. We're going to honor those that wiped our butts and whose butts we're going to wipe in exchange when they get older. May 22nd episode, I referenced it the episode before, but May 22nd, I'm honoring, it's National Police Week. And so I'm honoring our boys and females in blue. And for those of you that risk your lives to protect ours and whose families never know from shift to shift if they're going to be coming home. So be sure to say thank you to any police officers you see the week of May 22nd. And soon it will be EMS week. I don't know EMS as in like your paramedics, your ambulance, what they call ambulance drivers. Be sure to thank them. But yeah, so that's an episode you'll need to watch on. And then here's what's coming up in June. June is VCR Day. For those of you who are younger, a VCR, we used to have, I don't know if I have one over here. We used to have to watch movies on a video cassette tape, is what it was called. and you put it in this machine, it played it. It's kind of like a DVD, but it was a big square. But so I thought, hey, I don't know what to do, a segment about VCRs. So I thought it would be fun to do a whole episode of throwback things from when I was a kid. Like, my favorite thing that I had in my bedroom was my see-through phone. And I wish I still had it. And my thought for the show is to go just to talk about some things we had growing up. Kind of like I love the 90s, 80s, whatever that was on VH1. I love those. And talk about some things from back when I was a kid. So it's VCR day. I just thought it'd be fun on June 5th, episode 8, VCR day, we're going to do a whole throwback show to my generation. So be sure to watch that. It should be a good episode. June 15th, we're going to, I don't know why, but we're going to honor a day about smiling. It's going to be one of those days next week, or that week, is going to be Smile Power Day. And so I'm going to make sure to do my part to make sure that you guys smile. And then not only will June 19th be our finale, it will also be, and I totally forgot about it when I was writing the show, or writing the season, but our finale episode will also be our 3rd annual Father's Day cookout, so be sure to watch that. I'm over on my time, so I'm going to keep going. It's time for another cheesy monologue. According to our friends at holidayinsights.com, the first week of May is National Library Month, so as usual, I went to latenightLOL.com, and in the search bar, typed in library. It's not library, it's library. I can't see my monitor. There we go. So yeah. All the jokes, while outdated, will have something to do with libraries. Hold on tight. Here we go. As I said, it's National Library Week, so the week that we celebrate America's libraries by returning overdue books. Which I just want to point out really quick, this isn't part of the joke, but as I was copying and pasting, aka writing this joke, I realized that it's also it's springtime. People spring clean. So maybe they put Library Week in the spring cleaning time, because that's when we find all the books that we were supposed to return. Then we return them and say, sorry, they've been missing for 3 years. We took them out of the system, so now you have to buy the book. And you say to them, but I don't want the book. I've already read it. I'm never going to read it again. And they say, sorry, you already own the book. That'll be $30, $10 per book. But this is a pamphlet. Why would I need to pay? Anyway, not saying it really happened to me. But maybe spring cleaning or library week is right around spring cleaning on purpose. Just a thought. Just a thought. I saw that a library in Alabama is warning customers that failing to return a book on time could cause you 30 days in jail. So if anyone asks what you're in for, lie. In Florida, a couple has been accused of making meth in a library. Isn't that crazy? Florida has a library. The Republican presidential candidates are having a debate today that's being held in the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. It was going to be in the George W. Bush Library, but they couldn't fit that many people in a bouncy house. There's a weight limit on those. Even though they're fun, there's a weight limit. Former President George W. Bush broke ground today on the site of his presidential library, or as he calls it, Big George's Shushy Place. The George W. Bush Presidential Library will start releasing classified documents from the Bush administration. One of the documents shows that the reason we invaded Iraq was because that's where George W. Bush thought Carmen Sandiego was. She wasn't there. She's always on the move. It's time now for my joke of the week. The new Florida weapons bill would allow librarians to arm themselves. In a related story, talking in Florida libraries has gone down 99%. The president has a lot going on as he wraps up his term in office, including construction of his presidential library in Chicago. It will be a place devoted entirely to Obama and his achievements, or as it's also known, MSNBC. Hawaii wants to be the location of President Obama's presidential library because if there's one... that's where he was born and raised. Because if there's one thing, first thing you think of when you get to Hawaii is, where are the libraries? And finally, Kim Kardashian appears nude on the current cover of GQ with the headline, Kim as You've Never Seen Her, which I'm assuming means in a library? So, our next segment, as I said, Mother's Day is coming up next week. Be sure to watch it. But I thought it would take... When I saw this holiday, I thought, it's around Mother's Day. Let's go ahead and honor it. So on May 3rd, it's National Brother and Sister Day. So we are going to honor brothers and sisters right now by taking a look at some hilarious, funny family photos.
Drop it.
I still get emails. People I know, photos is spelled wrong. It's supposed to be. Here's the first one. Now, when you're a little kid and your parents say, you're going to have a little brother or sister, I guarantee you this was the reaction most people get when they hold a baby for the first time. But when I do that, I'm thinking, damn, this baby's ugly. I don't know what it is, but to me, all infants... Don't ask me if your kid is cute. Because first of all, I'm going to lie regardless and tell you yes. Have you ever told somebody who said, don't you think my baby's just cute? Then like, no, I'd rather teach my dog to walk backwards. It's not like anyone's going to say that. Just quit asking. Anyway, sorry. Here's the next one. Hey, if brothers and sisters aren't meant to beat you up, they're at least supposed to be used as a couch. And you know what that kid's thinking. She's not going to move. I'm just going to sit on her. Here's the next one. I guarantee you, if I had a little brother or sister, which I don't, I'm the youngest, this would have been how I greeted them too. With the middle finger. Here's the next one. I can't tell. When I first put this picture up here, it was because of the brothers' faces. But when I was putting that's why I saved the picture. But when I was putting it into the program, I realized that the two brothers are telling future boys that she's out of your league because it's a baseball themed picture. But look at the brothers' faces. Both of the brothers' faces. They're just like... Take her if you want her. We don't want her. Sell my kids to the gypsies. Here's the next one. Now, I'm going to let you guess if you can tell which one's the devil of the two. Here's the next one. Hey, at least the two are getting along and he's helping him... His little sister, I'm guessing. His little sister swing. Just a little rough on the pushing, though. Maybe he thought she was maybe he thinks he's a Power Ranger? I don't know. Now, this is something I wish all parents would seriously do with your young children. If your kids aren't getting along, just put them in a shirt and call it the Get Along shirt. Seriously, that is a great way to make kids get along. Or fight more. Whichever. Now, when I was a kid, I hated that every time I went somewhere and they had a drinking fountain, it was 20,000 feet off the ground. And my parents would have to hold me right here while I pushed a button and got like a little sip of water. But no, these two kids have a system. They worked it out. Here you go. How precious was that? That was cute. Here's the next one, and I'm just going to let the photo caption say it for itself. There can only be one, so I'm going to try and take this one out. Here's the next. Oh, that's the same one. Here's the next one. I don't know if this kid is freaking out, if the kid is alive. I'm just kidding. But just like the kid's like, okay, it's a baby. What's the point here? Kid does not look happy at all. Now, for those of you who aren't Star Wars fans, I'm sure that you know that May 4th is also known as Star Wars Day, because of May the 4th be with you. So I thought it would be fun to take a look at some really bad Star Wars related cakes in this week's edition of Nailed It! Kinda. Here's the first one I'm thinking is supposed to be Yoda or an oddly shaped penis. I don't know which. Here's the next one. It's supposed to say live long and prosper, but instead says live long and proper. Well, what's the point of living proper? It's not as fun. I'm thinking this next one is Darth Vader with a white helmet. What's that supposed to be? Darth Vader, but his helmet's black. Yeah, I don't like chocolate frosting. So I'm just totally going to change the entire look of it. Here's the next one. This is kind of cute, but kind of creepy at the same time. It's a cupcake for Princess Leia. I think it's Princess Leia, isn't it? I don't know. Who knows? Here's the next one. It's supposed to be the Death Star. Is that what they call it? That's actually really a great job. That's better than I could do. I shouldn't be sitting here making fun of it, because there's no way I can make a round cake. Now, this is a side-by-side of a Darth Vader helmet and what the cake actually came out as. Not close. No. Actually looks more like C-3PO, if you ask me. Here's the next one. And this is actually kind of a cute one. May divorce be with you. So if you know any friends that are getting divorced and Star Wars fans, get them that cake. I can't tell if this is supposed to be Jabba the Hutt, or if it's supposed to be the big animal guy. I can't think of his name right now. What is his name? It's going to annoy me. People watching at home are probably screaming at me. This is actually a pretty cute cake. I didn't get it at first. I was saving it just for the top one. But again, once I was putting it into my program, I realized that the bottom cake is supposed to be Darth Vader. And finally, supposed to be an Yoda? I don't know. So here's the next one. On May 6th is Tourist Appreciation Day. Tourist Appreciation Day. So I thought, how fun would it be to take a look at some hilarious vacation photos in this week's edition of What's Wrong Here? While this looks cute, it would also freak me out. Here's the first one. I love the look on the face of the girl in the middle. A stingray behind them that just comes up and like photobombs them. Like, that would just freak me out. But have you ever seen a stingray just chill like that? Hey, what's up, guys? Now, if you're supposed to be a professional, I want to say this is not surfing. I want to say it's the longboard. Is it called longboard surfing? Anyway. But yeah, I can't tell because half of it's in the water. Here's the next one. Growing up, in my generation, it was a family tradition that when you went on vacation to a place like Disney World or something like that, you would all dress the same. So that way you knew what group you were in. But this is kind of pushing the limit. Here's the next one. And this is something that would totally happen to me if I were an old woman. But that would be me. I am, like, one of my fears is, and this is so weird, but one of my fears is getting into a boat on the dock. Like a little one, not like a cruise ship, because I know that obviously walking on there, it's not going to tip over. But that is one of my fears. I don't know why. It just is. It creeps me out. Freaks me out. Here's the next one. Apparently, even Santa Claus needs a break. Santa Claus needs vacation too. Now, how would you like to be on a jet ski? In the water, you get ready close to land, you stop. You're sitting there undoing everything you need to undo, because I've never ridden one. I want to. I'm really excited to ride one. And then you look over and see another one heading right towards your head. This kid's parents must not want him to be able to touch the water. It's a little overprotected. What's the point? Give him water in a bathtub. Here's the next one. I don't know how they got these animals to pose. I don't get it. It's a really cool picture. But how did they do that? Oy. Here's the next one. Hey, sometimes when you're on a vacation, you do stupid stuff. I'm afraid, not like a fear, but I'm afraid that if I were to ever go on vacation alone, this would happen to me, and then I'd be screwed. No pun intended. But how about getting arrested wearing a horse costume? On vacation. And finally, speaks for itself. Well, that will do it for this episode. Be sure to watch next week for our very special Mother's Day episode. I'm honoring all mothers, everything they love to do, from cleaning up after their children to working all day, coming home, and cleaning the entire house. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. I saw it on someone's shirt one time, and it kind of always stuck with me. And it's kind of a funny but true. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So be sure to please your mama on that day, and make sure you tell her every day how much they mean to you. You should honor your mother every day, not just on Mother's Day. If you think there's something funny I should see and share on the show, be sure to send it to me. There's my email address and my TikTok. Be sure to follow me on there for exclusive behind-the-scenes looks, Taser versus videos, and exclusive TikTok contests. Just on TikTok. We just finished one. There may be another one coming up. You never know. Unless you follow me on TikTok. While you have a second, please like, subscribe, comment, and get the note and sign up for notifications to be notified anytime I post one of my episodes. So until next time, when we honor our mothers, stay healthy, and until then, that's all I'm saying.